The Democrats have politicized our Intelligence Committee. You've watched it year after year since Adam Schiff has become chair. No, he doesn't warn us about Ukraine or Afghanistan or what's happening around the world. He tells you about politics. But the worst part of it is you cannot trust what he tells you, that he lies to us. Just watch what has happened. 2 years ago, Schiff stated the emails found from Hunter Biden were all whole smear on Joe Biden comes from the Kremlin. That's what the head of the Intel said. But if you recall, Jonathan Turley has an article written, I believe, in October 2020, after Schiff said this to the American public. And remember, the election's in November. But the director of national intelligence, John Radcliffe, said no, that's not the case. That there is no intelligence out there to base it upon what Adam Schiff, as the chair of the Intel Committee, was telling the country. And what did we just find out yesterday from the New York Times? Yes, it is Joe Biden's laptop. And yes, Adam Schiff lied to us one more time. Why is he still chair of the committee? And why is he even on the committee? In a new Congress, if it's a new majority, he will not be. You cannot make this committee political. You cannot use it as a position of a chairman to lie. And you should be focused on what the American people want you to be focused on around the world. How did you miss Afghanistan collapsing? How did you miss Ukraine? How have you missed every single part? Why? Because you're out lying about an impeachment and everything else. That's not your job. That's not your role. And we should be able to trust the chair of the Intel Committee to be honest with the American public, regardless of what political realm is in. So if the question is, does she have problems in the ranks? Yes. The question is, do the new socialist Democrats run the party? Looking at their agenda for the first 3 months, the answer is yes. No budget. More bills on the floor but haven't gone through committee. That's not the people's house. That's not for the people. The agenda they laid out, they haven't been able to produce. And now they have a chairman of the Intel Committee, where we go to protect Americans around the world and our own nation, lie to the American public for the last 2 years. It's not me saying it. It's a Mueller report saying it. He doesn't apologize, and the Speaker allows him to stay as chairman. That is unacceptable. Not from a point of a Republican, but from a point of the Republic. We want to know we're safe. We want to know we can trust what comes out of that committee. He has no ability to produce his job when every single member on the other side said, I can't stand for you to stay as chair. And to equate that any way with Congressman Devin Nunes is wrong. Devin Nunes was proven correct. That's what the report says. Today in that hearing, every single Republican signed a letter that this chairman, they have lost confidence. They do not believe, no matter what they work on, that the American public can trust them. This is not a committee that's set by a steering committee. One person alone decides who sits on that committee for the Democrat, and one person who decides on the Republican side, me. It's now up to Nancy Pelosi to remove Chairman Schiff. The idea that you would have a chairman of a committee of this nature, the work that is involved in this committee, that would lie to the American public, not apologize, but use the tactics of Senator Joe McCarthy to attack his own members. There's nothing that could come from this committee that can be trusted. It is time to turn the page. The Democrats have wasted their majority. Or does Adam Schiff truly believe he knows something more than Mueller? That 40 FBI agents, 19 attorneys, 2,800 subpoenas, 500 witnesses, looking into 13 different countries and saying no collusion at all? He needs to resign from the committee. There is a difference here drastically. One member lied to the American public, one member told the truth and was attacked for it. Now that the truth is told that Chairman Nunes was correct, and where truth is told that Adam Schiff lied to the American public, continue to lie up until March of this year. Now, I think Speaker and I should get together and remove Schiff. She doesn't need me to get together with her to do it. She can do it today. And he is chairman of the Intel Committee. This is the committee that sees things that the majority of members do not get to know. How can you trust that individual? He has an entire one side of the committee that has no trust in him at all. How can he research anything? How can we stand up against our enemies and trust what is being done if Adam Schiff lied to us for 2 years? How can their own Democrats stand behind what he says? He didn't even apologize. Does he think he knows more than Mueller? Yes. We've watched somebody in this body do this before. Senator Joe McCarthy, who had a gavel, who accused people of communism. When people stood up to him, he attacked them, their own members. We made a commitment in Congress that we would not allow that to continue. The Democrats are allowing that today. And one person can change all that, and that's the Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, I take my duties as Wyoming's lone congressional representative very seriously, and my obligation to be honest and trustworthy is the foundation of my ability to carry them out. This privileged resolution isn't about politics. It is about the seriousness of being honest and forthright as a member of Congress and upholding the oath of office that we all take upon being sworn in. It is true that the gentleman from California wouldn't be the first member of Congress to exaggerate or stretch the truth, but willfully lying about serious issues our country has faced is something entirely different, and claiming that a sitting president has committed what amounts to treason is beyond simple hyperbole. This member's lies led to the wasting of millions of taxpayer dollars for unnecessary investigations and the deflection of our attention from the most pressing issues at hand to focus on a made-up crisis. This member's actions were designed to delegitimize the 2016 election and to hamstring the Trump administration. For all the talk about not accepting the election results in 2020, perhaps Democrats and the media, which are mostly one and the same, might want to look at their actions in 2016. To make matters worse, this representative perpetuated these lies while he was chair of the House Intel Committee and consistently implied, if not outright stated, that he had inside information. In that capacity, he lied about how the FBI and DOJ obtained and renewed a FISA warrant. The FBI and DOJ officials did not omit material information from the FISA warrant. How the DOJ used the Steele dossier, what was collected via the FISA warrant, the FBI's vetting process for the Steele dossier, that he had an alleged smoking gun showing that President Trump colluded with Russia. And if each of these claims has proven to be false. But the lies have continued. In fact, they have become compulsive, and they continue right through to this very day. The lies weaken this body, and if left unchecked, threaten the rule of law, our election integrity, and the civil rights of his targets. The words and actions of this member were dangerous and untrue, knowingly untrue. There must be a serious consequence for that. Being censored is the least of what he should be subjected to, and I support this resolution.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank you to my colleague Anna Paulina Luna for leading on this very important issue. Adam Schiff is a complete disgrace to our nation and to our Constitution. He put the American people through 4 years of an endless impeachment hoax that he knew from the beginning was a lie. He represents the worst of permanent Washington, using his position of trust to lie to the American people. He received intelligence briefings that other members and the public did not have access to. And he used this position of trust to lie and to advance his own partisan agenda. Schiff's disgraceful time in Congress has destroyed Americans' faith in our institutions. Today, I am proud to stand with my colleague and friend from Florida, Anna Paulina Luna, to try and undo some of the damage that Adam Schiff has done by finally holding this crook accountable. Today, we are saying enough is enough by censuring him, and referring him to the Ethics Committee. I told the American people that he had to prove, that he had proof that the Trump campaign asking the Russians for help in a conspiracy. That was a lie. He claimed that he was not working with anonymous informants during the impeachment hoax. That was a lie. Everyone with common sense knew that Adam Schiff was lying all along, including the director of national intelligence, Obama's former attorney general, the FBI deputy director, and more. But Adam Schiff doubled down on his big lie, claiming he had a smoking gun, proof of a conspiracy. But the only conspiracy going on was his conspiracy to defraud the American people by taking down their duly elected president.
I yield 2 minutes to Representative Boebert.
The gentlewoman's recognized.
When Adam Schiff got caught lying, he did what all liars do and tried to cover the truth even more. He even used his taxpayer-funded staff to ask Twitter to censor journalists fact-checking his lies. But Adam Schiff won't get out of this one by calling in a favor. Today, we are holding him accountable and censuring him for his lies to the American people. To restore the trustworthiness of the House of Representatives, every member should vote to censure Adam Schiff so that we can speak with one voice to assure the American people that these lies will not be tolerated. I urge every one of my colleagues with good and decent intentions to vote for this resolution. If Adam Schiff has a shred of human decency left, he would resign from Congress in disgrace. His tombstone should read of his failed career in Congress
Gentlewoman's time
and should be
expired.
one word: liar. I yield back.